You're watching Let's Chat.
We are here this morning with a Tennessee Aquarium to talk all about their new exhibit, Ridges to Rivers. Thank you for being here, my good friend Tom Benson. It's so good to see you today.
It's great to be here. Thanks for this opportunity.
Was hoping for some critters, but I understand and make a little mess, I guess. So talk to me about this Southern Appalachia, this display. What's going on?
Yeah. So if you remember, the third floor in the River Journey building was Discovery Hall, and we've completely renovated that for the new Ridges to Rivers gallery. And these displays that you're going to encounter, it's sort of a multi-sensory experience because you'll have a pop-up tank, we've got a sturgeon touch exhibit, we have rushing water, and it was a real beehive of activity. So this is actually video from this morning. A lot of finishing touches being made. So that's Austin Prater, one of our horticulturists, adding plants to the exhibit. This is the Sturgeon Bend Stingray, or Sturgeon Bend Touch experience, sort of similar to Stingray Bay over in the Ocean Journey building. And you can see in the background there were electricians working all over the place, and the animals are thriving in these exhibits and really loving what we've been able to accomplish here. When we go through the process of conceiving an exhibit, the ideas are kind of put up on a chalkboard, if you will, and we think about it. And this is really a 2-year process from the conception to the actual opening of the gallery. And the gallery will open this Wednesday on March 1st. So we're very excited about this. Again, some of the painting was being done this morning, and we've got one exhibit that the animals were actually being added. So when you first come into the gallery, one of the first exhibits that you'll encounter, Andy, is a rain exhibit. And when you think about it, weather, Austin's going to love this, meteorology plays such a role in the biodiversity that we have here in the Southeast because we're warm, we're wet, and that allows a lot of aquatic animals to flourish in this area. And these thunderstorms that happen, especially during the summertime, help replenish these streams and keep them flowing and keep the water rushing through those mountain streams. So this rain exhibit mimics the Conasauga River. So every 15 minutes you'll hear some rumbles of thunder and some flashes of lightning in this exhibit. The wind will pick up and you'll see that rain hitting the rocks above and washing down into the exhibit, and then the clouds will kind of break and the lights in that exhibit will kind of brighten up again. So again, letting people know that our climate has a lot to do with the variety of fish that we have here. And the rest of the exhibits are really a celebration of the underwater rainforest that surrounds us. The Southeast is home to 66% of all freshwater fish in the United States.
Wow.
So more than 2/3 of those fish live right here within about a 150-mile radius of downtown Chattanooga. So it's a very special place, but it also is a place that has a lot of endangered species and animals that need our help. So we're able to showcase some of those conservation efforts in Sturgeon Bend and talk about the 330,000 lake sturgeon that have been released by the aquarium and our partners since the Staving the Sturgeon program began more than 20 years ago.
That's amazing. I've always been fascinated by the chemistry and the science that goes behind running an aquarium, that every exhibit has to match literally the pH, the temperature, everything that these animals come from. So talk to me about some of the critters people can expect to see in this Ridges to Rivers exhibit.
This one here is a redline darter, and these fins that you can see, they're absolutely dazzling. And one of the things I don't think people realize is a lot of people think that you have to go to a Caribbean location or to the Gulf of Mexico to snorkel and see very colorful, vibrant fishes and a very rich habitat, when in fact you can go over to the Cherokee National Forest and go snorkeling in some of those freshwater streams and see these beautiful fish like this, the tangerine darter, the rainbow shiner, really earns its name with those beautiful colors that you see on the fins there. That will be in the Conasauga exhibit. And then we have this large stream exhibit that you saw earlier that has one plunge pool. The water cascades over another waterfall into a longer pool, and you'll see fish like this common log perch. I love this fish because it looks like a tiger swimming around, and if you look closely at its ray fins, it has these little golden highlights. I mean, they are just absolutely stunning fish, and they live right here in our backyard. So what we hope people will see is these amazing fish that live right around us. Think about ways then that they can help improve water quality. So it's simple things around the yard, like making sure that if you do choose to fertilize your lawn, we would prefer that you didn't. A lot of lawns will do okay without it. But if you do, make sure you follow the directions very closely and don't over fertilize, because what happens then is that runs off into streams. Make sure that you're doing things when you're gardening to make sure that there's limited limiting the silt coming off of it when you're tilling. And we're working with farmers to make sure that they're using good agricultural practices that help boost their production, but also reduce the runoff into these streams. Because a lot of these fish that you just saw require clear water. Those colors are meant to attract a mate, and if the water is silty with a lot of dirt in it, they can't see each other. But the other part of it is the rocky substrate they need to lay their eggs to nest. And so if that's covered up in silt, then you see the decline in populations. There's one on the Walden's Ridge, the Laurel Dace. Beautiful fish, has kind of red lipstick on it and gold and red marks on its sides, and it's one of the most endangered freshwater fish in North America. And silt is its main problem. And believe it or not, silt is one of the #1 pollutants in our water.
Wow, you really know your stuff, Tom. You can describe passionately.
I hang around a lot of very smart people at the aquarium. Yeah, and it's great. And this is an opportunity again to celebrate what we live in and the natural heritage that we have around us, and then help people think about what are the ways that they can be part of the solution and work alongside our conservation scientists and making sure that we all have healthy water, because we depend on it for our drinking water, and the fish depend on the same thing, clean, fresh water.
When is the grand opening?
Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday?
So Wednesday, March 1st, yeah. So it's a great opportunity for folks to come out. This is a permanent addition to the aquarium, so I think people are really going to love it. And the design of the exhibits, it's as if we took a part of one of these freshwater streams and just moved it from the mountains of East Tennessee and plunked it right down in the 3rd floor of the River Journey building.
Oh, you make it sound so exciting. My boys are bigger, but we grew up going there with our season passes. So people can get tickets at tnaqua.org and right there at the building. First Broad Street in downtown Chattanooga, is that right?
Yep.
It's a huge draw to our city, and it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today, Tom. It's always good to see you.
Thanks for this opportunity.
So everyone needs to check it out. Ridges to Rivers, their grand opening is March 1st. 1 Broad Street. You all got to check this out. The butterfly exhibit is open, all the amazing things, the rivers, the oceans, the sharks, but you got to check out Ridges to Rivers to learn about what is right here in our community in Southern Appalachia. Fantastic. Ridges to Rivers. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.